Hello, this is the Daily Forex Report for March 21st. We are looking at the U.S. Japanese yen. This pair had a very small range today, did create an inside bar. We are looking for this pair to potentially go up and hit some resistance around 82.00, possibly moving down and hitting support at 79.75. Now the Euro USD pair, this pair gapped up at the open, did fill that gap, closed higher, is moving to the upside. Look for it to potentially hit some resistance around 142.75, possibly moving down and hitting support around 141.38. Now the the pound US dollar pair, this pair gapped at the open as well, retraced that gap, moved higher, looks to be headed to the upside. A close above this this line here, this horizontal line, would definitely indicate a move to the upside. Look for it to potentially go as high as 164.39, possibly as low as 161.29. Look for some resistance around 163.25, and look for some support around 122.50. Now the US Swiss, this pair moved higher today. It did gap down at the open of the new session, filled that gap, created an inside bar. Still looking for this pair starting to move sideways with this pair. We'll have to see if we get a true reversal or if it pitches lower. Look for it to potentially go as high and hit resistance around 0.9090, possibly moving down and hitting support around 0.8950. Okay, now as far as news analysis go, we have the pound releasing the Consumer Price Index report for February at 5:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Consensus on that is that their CPI has risen a little bit from 4.0% to 4.2%. We also have the Canadian lead indicators for February being released at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Consensus on that is that it's moved a little bit higher from 0.3% to 0.7%. We also have the Canadian dollar releasing their retail sales for January at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Consensus on that is that it's moved higher from a negative 0.2% to a positive 1.0%, which of course would be good news for the Canadian dollar for their retail sales. Now, what am I looking for during this next session? Well, starting with the US Swiss, this pair did create an inside bar, and I am looking for it to break out, most likely to the upside is what I'm looking for. Not sure if it'll go in that direction, but nonetheless, if it proves itself and moves higher, at that point I will look to take advantage of it. Basically breaking, going above 0.9088, so buying in at around 0.9089 or 90 mark, 90 mark. Looking for it to go up about 47 pips to 0.9136. To the downside, breaking, excuse me, if it does break to the downside all the way down to this point, we could see it, break below 0.8959 and move on down about 44 pips to the downside before hitting this area of previous support. Now, obviously, we have a shorter distance to travel. If we do get a break to the upside, a move of 96 pips for this pair is not necessarily uncommon. Today's range was a little bit smaller at about 84, but you can see over the past several sessions we do have a large area, 127 on that previous one. So for it to surge to the upside and break through those 2 points it's definitely able to do that within one session. Well, that about wraps us up for today. Until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.